Hello and welcome to Twin Peaks Season 3, The Return, and we're up to Part 6. Can you guys believe this? How far have we come?
Finally.
Third.
Not
of the
far
way through the
enough.
final season ever.
I checked after the episode and I was like, yep, we're a third.
Okay.
And David Lynch is dead, so there will not be any more. Huzzah!
Why do you sound so happy about that? He was probably a really nice guy, except he seemed to like women a lot.
To be honest, though, I think we need to kill, what's his name?
Craig
The
McLaughlin.
main character guy. Yeah.
Kyle McLaughlin.
Kyle. Why do I keep thinking Craig? Anyway,
Lord of Trades.
yes, Lord of Trades. I think we'd need to kill him off
Well,
so
my-
there'd be
my
no
first-
hope of any return.
My first comment is I would like to send a stamped self-addressed envelope to Dr. Jacoby for a golden shovel to dig myself out of the shit.
How much was it?
It's a
29
callback.
something, was it?
$29.99.
Yep.
99.
So based upon your comments about this episode, you guys clearly did not recognize a whole bunch of people this episode.
No.
Please enlighten us.
It has-
Actually,
It has been 2 weeks.
the drug guy,
The drug
drug
guy.
guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Which drug guy?
Which drug guy?
the kid
Yep.
who
Yep.
is driving the
The drug
truck.
driver.
Yep. The truck. Yep.
Yeah. Is that the rapey guy from last time?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
He
The
was
whole
in.
time I was watching
He was in the
it, I
bar
kept going,
smoking in a non-smoking seat.
We wondered
I
if
did
it
say
Yeah,
that.
okay.
this time.
I didn't believe Michael. I was like, no, I don't think it's him.
So he's
Right.
been in 2 episodes now, and you guys are like, oh, he's probably not important.
Okay, fine.
He was the.
Well, he does have a
aggressive
major
guy.
scene.
Right.
He definitely has a major scene. Okay, so
I thought he
That's
looked
a
familiar,
great
but I
point
looked him
to
up
make.
and I hadn't seen him in anything.
so the other
Except
person
last
that
week's episode.
the other person did well, another person that you didn't recognize was the guy he was dealing with. You didn't recognize him.
No.
He looked
Definitely not.
familiar.
He is the guy that oh god, what's her name? The girl that Bobby
Ben
was
doesn't
after?
remember.
Shelley.
Yeah, Shelley was doing eyes to at the bar that time. And he was sitting
What,
at the bar.
In this season.
Yes, in this season. He was sitting at the
Okay.
bar and she was doing eyes to him.
Okay, I don't know why I should remember that, but
I don't feel like that's important, but yeah, okay.
I thought the
Yeah.
bar scenes were just like decoration at the end that you didn't have to pay attention to.
Possibly, but I
same.
guess we'll find out.
I had thought about the bands playing at the end. I think that was just him making money on the side, just giving these people some airtime.
Look,
Maybe.
I had PTSD when this band started because I was like, is this really the end of the episode? Because last time it wasn't.
After last week when they tricked us.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what
I
happened
was
last
like-
week? I forget. I mean,
We
2
thought
weeks
we
ago.
were free,
like-
and then they had that whole scene with Rapey Guy.
Oh, yeah, that was not
And it
It
pleasant.
was not
Oh,
the end
it's
of the
right.
episode. And then they went back to
Yeah.
some other scene. And I was like, no, we were at the bar. We were at the bar. It
You
wasn't-
said the episode was over.
We watched the band.
They're obviously really loving the show, internet. Just listen to their comments.
Katie and I are loving it so much we're crocheting at the same time.
Okay, but I expect your full attention. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start.
Multitask.
That's not what I've heard when I play board games with you, Nelly.
Different. Board games use a different part of your brain.
Okay, we'll find out on Saturday. So I'll just start talking about what happened, and you guys feel free to pipe in or just interrupt me if you want to talk about something. All right, so am I at the top? So we're still at. So we ended the last episode with Cooper sitting outside, basically standing outside his office and being told to move on by the security. It's actually not security. It was a deputy or something. I don't understand the law enforcement in America. It's weird.
Nobody does.
So we
They're
start.
elected. Does that tell you enough?
Yeah, I think we've had that discussion. Still outside
He
there.
was being weird with his jacket, and I don't know what he was even trying to achieve with his jacket.
Well,
and
he
his
was doing like this, right?
Yes, he's
Yeah, it's
trying to
not
hide
fine.
his hand.
But why?
Oh, was he trying to be one-armed man?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
It's the best explanation I have. Let's go with it.
Good
Yep.
pickup.
I like it.
That's now the official story. So he's still
Yeah.
standing at the statue, doing something with his left hand. Security guy's back and
In clear view for those listening.
yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I wrote
he's not
security
being
guy.
creepy.
Definitely not a security guy. Law enforcement dude comes back and telling him he needs to move on, and basically gets enough info. And the next shot we see Oh, that the whole time he's talking to him, Cooper is like trying to touch his badge.
Why?
Yeah, this
I don't
I kind of
understand.
felt was him remembering
Tiny.
that he used to work with a sheriff and that
Ah.
he has his
had a
own badge. Was kind of
Oh, okay. That makes
it was
sense.
something he recognized. Was how I took it. Whether
Yes.
that's correct or not.
I would have
Dudley
taken
is
it.
so different to Dale. I'd forgotten.
Yeah, so
that's fine.
I definitely took it like that as well. And there are numerous times where he's done that sort of thing already, and it's always something to do with FBI or law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel that the sheriff guy was the first one to treat Dougie in any form of consideration towards his
State.
yes, that
But
one.
No,
something
his
might be
colleagues,
wrong.
his colleagues have been very generous.
Yeah, like the woman who opened the ladies for him. She was
The
pretty
guy with the
generous.
coffee is about the only other one.
She was very friendly.
Sorry, with the cups, Michael, not with the coffee.
Yeah, just the cups. There's no coffee in there. We
This
all
is the
acknowledge
first
that.
episode I paid attention to that.
Michael, are you happy you've just opened people's eyes to this now?
Yep.
There's no going back.
Okay, so the next shot we see is the officers take him home and they're commenting, oh, he seems to be a bit out of it. And she says, oh, that's him on a good day or something like that.
Yeah.
She's happy that he's home, and while they're talking, the officers notice there's an envelope just at the front doorstep and give it to us, like a big manila envelope. Not manila, but you get.
She was very nice to Dougie
Yeah.
when he came home.
Yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
see.
that changes, but
Yeah.
to begin with.
Unfortunately, it doesn't last. She does a lot of yelling.
Then she
Yeah.
opened the envelope.
Yeah. So as they go in, she remembers, oh, that's right, you don't have your car. And she's asking, where's your car? She still doesn't know where his car is. She doesn't know that it's been blown up, but whatever. While they eat a sandwich, she says she's going to take him to the doctor tomorrow. And then she
He has
sends,
a very crunchy sandwich.
it might be toasted.
Foley guy was very,
Yep.
very happy.
Foley man for the win.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that
she sends him up to Sunny Jim to say goodnight. And he basically
I cannot
just
take that name seriously. Every time she says it, all I can think of is my grandpa saying, "Well, Sonny Jim."
Well, all the Sunny Jims in America are very disappointed in you, Nelly. The challenge I've written here, the challenge of getting him to Sunny Jim's room is real. He walks past the stairs and he gets yelled at and told to go up the stairs. Then he walks past the room, does something in the other room, and comes back and then notices Sunny Jim. And Sunny Jim just pats the seat to get him to come and sit down. And he's just eating chips. And this is actually the first time Sunny Jim speaks.
Yes, for a while there, I'm thinking, is this kid mute? Maybe, but no, he's not.
And there's real affection there. He loves his dad.
I mean, Ben Cooper obviously loves Sonny Jim because he places a chip on his bed.
Yep.
The true sign of affection.
And his son is very disciplined to say no to chips.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah,
already brushed his
brush my
teeth.
teeth.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, we are paying attention. I'm so proud of you guys.
Dad's eating chips in front of me in bed. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Everybody
I
moved.
don't know.
yeah, the order just changed.
That is so weird. Anyway, did you mute? Michael muted himself. Do you want to
Oh
try
no,
unmuting yourself?
Michael
Michael?
renamed
No, I do that
himself
all the
Sonny
time.
Jim.
Oh, did you rename yourself to Sunny Jim? Did you? It doesn't appear.
Yeah, I
on
don't know why I
screen.
moved
It's
the
okay.
camera.
That might be why, Nelly.
So Sonny Jim asks him to stay until he goes to sleep and asks if he can leave his cowboy lamp on. And the cowboy lamp is one of those clapper lamps. And then they have this basic little fun game of just, he realizes, oh, if you clap, something happens. So that Sonny Jim keeps turning it on, he keeps turning it off, and they're just sitting there clapping to this stupid lamp. And that's when Janie E calls him down because she's opened the envelope.
Sorry,
So-
she doesn't call him down. She screams him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sonny Jim is, but Dad was going to stay until I go to sleep. And she says, no, he's not.
I mean,
Yeah. So there's a photo in the envelope and it's of Jade and Dougie. That's who it was at the time. And she's pretty upset about it. And then the phone rings,
This is
and
where I got my second laugh in the series.
oh really?
When Dougie said, "Jade give two rides."
I didn't even notice that. I think at this point I was trying to explain stuff to Mum.
Just
She's
in
like,
case
"God, his wife is very yelly."
Is that what she said?
And also she was like, "Does he have a wife and kids now?" I was like, "Oh no, let me tell you the story. Dougie, not Dougie anymore. How long do you have?" Nobody knows what's happening.
Yep.
Here's 53 episodes of a podcast you can watch to find out.
Yeah. And still learn nothing.
Well, I mean, you could have told her that somebody created Dougie.
Kind of did. I told her real
Yeah.
Dougie, who was fake person, is now a ball,
Yep.
silver ball in the red room, and I don't think. I'll
Gold
be honest. I
ball,
don't
yeah.
think she cared. I don't think she cared.
Okay, that's hurtful, but it's all right.
Surprisingly.
So while they're having an argument, the phone rings, and it's apparently people that Dougie owes money to, and she
I'm so sorry. They're not having an argument. She's just yelling at him.
yeah, he's just sitting there.
They give two rides.
He's a great conversationalist. Sean really likes that line, I think.
I'm so sad I missed it.
So Janie E organises to meet these people at the park the next day. And then
She definitely had her mum hat on then too, taking
Yeah.
no prisoners.
then they show a shot of some traffic lights, and we hear electrical noise. We cut over to the red room, and we see the one-armed man searching.
Sorry, he's Heil Hitlering across the room.
Oh, he's just trying to find the right frequency. I don't know, but anyway,
What?
I thought maybe if he had two arms to gesture, he'd be able to suck Dale
Oh,
right out of
okay.
Dougie.
I'm not making that joke anymore. I cut it out of the last time. I'm going to
like
cut
what
it out
Sean
again.
I don't like what Sean said.
Um,
it.
So he appears to Cooper in front of their fireplace because Cooper's still sitting there after being yelled at. Janie is not there. And he says to Cooper he has to wake up and that he shouldn't die, basically.
Yeah.
So Cooper then starts working with the case files that he's brought home, and by just following lights that are appearing on the documents, and he's just basically scribbling. Looks like he's like drawing a ladder and then just lines and circling stuff. And
The ladder and the steps reminded me of how he got to where he is now in that weird
Purple room.
space station thing.
Oh yeah.
I actually noted with how hard he's pressing, he's going to need a few pencils. He is really.
My first thing when he first started and was drawing a circle, I was like, "That's snapped. Don't be ridiculous."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, how many pencils have you got?"
Yeah.
I love that we focus
Pressing
on shit
way
like
too
this.
hard.
But that's because it actually happens, Ben.
Yeah. We cut to Albert in a car, and it's raining outside. He's talking to Gordon, and we can hear Gordon's with a female friend. So Albert's not too pleased, apparently. He parks his car, and he says something about Gene Kelly, and I think that was a Singing in the Rain reference, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Oh,
And he's right.
okay.
Umbrellas do fucking suck. Fuck you, Gene Kelly. Because his was, flowing and...
I'm pretty
Yeah.
proud of myself that I got that reference, by the way.
It's a great movie musical.
Can you
Umbrellas
sing it
are
for us, Dad?
awful.
Pardon?
Can you give us a show tune?
No. Okay, so so sorry, I lost my spot. He walks
Gene
into
Kelly.
a bar.
Ugh.
And he finds who he's looking for pretty quickly. It's
You
Diane.
okay, Sean?
Yeah.
Wait,
This is note taker
Diane
Diane.
from the voice memos is who we came up
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
I didn't hear who it was. Mum was too busy going, "Is that Laura Dern? I think it's Laura Dern."
It
that
is Laura Dern.
It's Laura Dern.
It
So
certainly
I
is Laura
missed her
Dern.
name.
Yeah, it was probably
I
everyone
missed
so far.
meeting Diane.
Did you have meeting Diane on your what do you call it card? What do you call them?
Bingo.
It was on
Bingo,
my
thank you,
bucket
bingo.
list. Thank you. It was on my bucket list of things to happen in this season.
Okay, well, congratulations. Yeah, boy, are you in for some fun in the next episode when you really meet Diane.
Excellent. I look
It's
forward
her
to
typing out all the notes that he's been Running.
Yeah, she's
She's only just finished.
she's got a
It
backlog.
goes for 45 minutes.
And it's
Doing-
all only about trees.
Have a lot of click clacking on the keyboard.
Yep,
That's all we get.
Foley man.
Very
go for
high.
it.
There's a whole book,
Yep.
by the
But-
way. Secret Diary of Dale Cooper. I haven't read that
Um,
one yet.
So we don't actually spend a lot on that scene. We just see that it is it's Diane
Who's
and
giggling?
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
this scene?
No, that's the next
no.
one.
No, that's the next
Back in Twin Peaks, a drug deal is going down. The guy from the bar is there with the guy Shelley was flirting with at the bar. This is a very
And a
strange
very-
discussion.
The henchman, do you notice over his shoulder is grinning the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. He probably
I'm
isn't.
holding the gun.
Yep.
I think
so
perhaps some of them had sampled the wares already.
oh, definitely. The young guy definitely has. So they talk about hands, a bad liver, drugs coming from Canada.
Did you see where he was holding for his liver?
Is that where your liver is? I've got no idea.
No. Your
He was-
liver's in your rib cage. He was down at his waist.
Oh, okay.
Hips. I don't know what.
one.
He asks,
giving
did
him
he ever
pain.
watch The King and I? And then he does a magic trick with the coin where he flicks it up into the air, and then the younger guy is just looking at it, and then he pulls the coin out of his mouth, and then the coin drops into the guy's hand,
And disappears
and
from
isn't in
the other
his.
guy.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, what was that? And
You're being
anybody?
very kind calling it a magic trick. but
Anybody? Any
okay.
thoughts? Yeah, I think he might have been high.
I'll be honest, the only thing, well, then coins keep coming up, and the only thing that got discussed in my house was, is that a penny? Is it a dime? Oh, no, I think it's a nickel. Oh, wait, no, it's a dime. Oh, no, wait, it's a nickel. It's a nickel. It's a nickel. It's a nickel.
It's definitely a nickel. Are we calling it a
And
nickel?
it's also our second
Apparently it's a
musical
nickel.
reference.
It's
King and I
It is.
from
Yep.
Singing in the Rain.
It's a very musical episode. This one.
Yeah.
I mean, Twin
Um,
Peaks is pretty close to Canada, so it could have been a loony or a toonie.
that's very true. Very true. Looney or a toonie. I have heard
Sure.
them called a Looney
let-
Tune before.
Um,
So the younger guy is basically helping this other guy move some drugs, I guess, from Canada into Twin Peaks, and the guy doesn't trust him, and he's just basically saying, "Oh," at the end he says, "If this goes wrong, then he says," and he also says at one point, there's two possible outcomes: either you lose or I win."
No, either heads I win, tails you lose, which
Yeah.
is the same thing that you said.
Yeah.
But it's important to note that
No,
it was
And
said
heads-
like
It was something to do with the
written.
coin. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
The coin might have been important after they spent 5 minutes on the coin.
Yeah.
It might
And
not
then
have
the
been, we
coin
don't
keeps
know.
coming back.
Yes. Next, we see that young guy is driving a truck, and he's really angry about how he's because the guy kept calling him kid. That's right, and he didn't like it.
And he's hyped up on whatever that was.
He's definitely hopped up on
Face.
something. We see the new Fat Trout trailer park. You guys remember the Fat Trout Fat Trout trailer park, right? From
Say that again.
no,
Yeah, I don't like it.
you remember
Actually,
that from
the same one that guy's from.
From
Yeah.
the movie.
So it's not the same one. So
Oh,
the Fat Trout trailer park is from Firewalk with Me.
Okay, it is that
With
one.
the electric poles with numbers on them.
That's right. And
that's
this
what I meant.
Which would see one again.
this is the new Fat Trout trailer park because the old one was not in Twin Peaks. Sorry, what was it?
Right.
Are we still in Twin Peaks though? Because
are in
I
Twin
didn't
Peaks.
think. But the bar
Been driving.
that the
Bang bang
drug
bar.
guy was at,
Is in
that's
Twin
not in
Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
It
They,
is.
wasn't it called the Road?
No,
Road?
that's just a bar.
Road?
I suspect Twin Peaks might have.
Oh,
more than one bar.
I thought this was
He's been on
in
the
a
road for a bit
different
though, hasn't he?
He was
Yeah, I didn't
driving
think
for
we
an
were in
awfully
Twin
long time to
Peaks.
still be in Twin Peaks.
We're definitely in Twin Peaks. I can tell you that. We are 100% in Twin Peaks.
Well, the drug
I
deal
disagree,
may not have
okay.
been in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, maybe the drug deal wasn't in Twin Peaks, but anyway, look forward to
So
further.
how do you know it's a new trailer park? Sorry.
Because it's called the new Fat
Oh,
Trout
that's
trailer
what it was.
park.
Oh,
yeah.
is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So Carl, who worked at the original Fat Trout trailer park, has come along with the Fat Trout trailer park. Very happy that I said that a few more times.
Is he the old guy?
Yes.
Yep, the smoker.
Yep.
One who doesn't like being woken up.
Yeah, before 9 or 10 or something like that. Yeah.
If
So
I disappear, I'm really, really, really sorry.
You're here.
did you forget to plug your
No,
battery again?
it's been plugged in, but now it's telling me it's low and critical, even though the light is on and it's charging.
Have you-
Critical, Katie.
Critical.
Okay, is it charging?
Okay, we're back on. We're back
Okay.
on. We're back
All right,
on.
cool.
Now it's not charging.
My God, just
What
don't
about
touch
the
it.
creepy dude? There was a creepy
I
dude
didn't
at
just-
trailer park in Firewalk with me. Remember the one that just stood in the door and looked odd?
Was that a
Did he reach
dude?
the-
I thought
maybe
it was one, but
yeah.
which might explain why I was confused about which creepy dude you were talking
Yes, there definitely was. And
Did they come along to the new trailer park?
I guess we'll find out.
Are
Gotta
they
bring-
the ones that told us about the woman and the young boy?
They didn't say anything. They just stood in the door for a bit and
Oh,
then
okay.
left, I think.
Yeah, and Chet
Probably
was
a
trying
main
to talk
character
to
then.
them, but they didn't respond. Probably a main character, yeah, Sean. I see you have a shoulder cat. Very nice. Okay, so Carl is going into the city and he gives some dude a lift. Then we cut to and they have a conversation, and apparently Carl offers him a cigarette. And I just want to point out, Carl, for someone who's been smoking for 70 years, has amazing teeth.
Yes.
Did anyone else notice that?
I think they're falsies.
Oh, they
75.
75
years.
was it? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also doesn't look 75.
I don't know. He looks pretty old.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's giving this guy a lift. So he offers the guy a cigarette, and the guy says, "Yeah," but then says, "Oh wait, no, I gave up a year ago." It's just like, what?
Well, he still wants it. He just knows
Yeah,
he's not
old
allowed to have
habit.
it because he quit.
Yeah, old habits die hard.
Okay. All right. So then we cut to the diner, and the giggling girl from I think season 2 of Twin Peaks, or was it season 1?
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't remember her.
I didn't either.
It's the laugh that I remembered. Yeah, that little laugh. It was very
Is it-
cute.
I thought she was a
They-
new character.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not a new character at all. She's been in this, and that was when she arrived late at work, and then Shelley and someone else were making
Oh.
fun of, "Oh, were you like getting busy with your man or something like that?"
Yes, yeah. She was a different nationality.
Yeah, she's not. She's
Didn't
not
she have a
American.
really strong accent?
Yes, and she has it in
Yeah.
this as well. She's still got the accent.
I didn't notice that.
No,
I was
that-
too upset by the laughing
Yeah.
to really
Yeah.
pay
Yeah,
attention.
but yeah,
It
she
was
did a lot.
Time
Of,
for Giggle Pie, which sounds like a children's television show.
okay,
But this is not a children's television.
no, definitely not. So the giggling woman, whose name I don't recall, but I'm sure it's somewhere, she's serving. The woman she's serving is talking about cupcakes, then cherry pie, and this woman's name is Miriam. We find out at the end, and that woman leaves. Miriam leaves, and then we cut to the guy in the car, and he's driving angry, just like Groundhog
Max.
Day. Groundhog Day, because
Oh.
don't drive angry. That's a line that they say. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying the movie reference that I did not know because I have not seen.
Groundhog Day is a very good movie. Very good movie.
I have seen Groundhog Day.
There's
Don't-
probably thousands of very good movies.
No,
that haven't-
this one is. I highly recommend Groundhog Day. It's very,
you
very-
recommended
I
Twin
agree with you.
Peaks.
and you're loving every second of it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so Carl is sitting on a bench at the park relaxing, and a woman and a son are playing catch with each other. Cut back to the angry guy driving fast, and I'm like, this is foreboding. Why do we keep going back to him driving so fast? He's driving up into an intersection, and he sees there's some traffic lined up.
The whole thing in the park
What
that
thing in the
happened
park?
before this.
Where the mum and son
Yeah,
are playing
the
catch with
safety
each other?
Yeah.
That's all that happened.
He did.
said that.
He did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're just so the way they're playing catch is
Weird.
the son
Okay.
runs forward, and then she catches him, and that's
It was pretty
basically
weird. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit
Right.
odd.
He
Okay.
stopped. It's not like she's actually chasing him
Yeah, yeah,
and catching him. He's standing still.
yeah. So you could say, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I know I was going to go there, but I'm not going to go there. Okay.
It was a crosswalk, so don't say it. Don't go there.
So angry driving guy sees there's a bunch of traffic lined up and just decides he's going to go around. Unfortunately, as he's going through the intersection, the boy runs out in front of the car, and it's very unpleasant. This entire section is very unpleasant.
Well,
So-
the driver in the
Very
front
rude.
car gestures him to go across because he's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can see I've got
Yeah.
red."
Yeah, it's fine. You're just
Hmm.
playing with your mum. Go for it. Yeah. And yeah, so he basically gets run over.
But it was
Run
very
over. He should have
graphic.
been smeared on the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, he was.
So
He
he
should
was-
have been at least a block away.
Yeah, he was
So
hit
to
pretty.
start
Yeah.
with, they didn't want to show us somebody taking drugs, but they're really happy showing us someone getting absolutely like taken out by a truck.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder in American TV shows to show you get a higher rating for showing drugs.
Yeah.
Really?
But violence
Not
is
saying
just
it's
every
right.
day.
I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Jokes
that's
on
the
that.
same with sex, but you're allowed to shoot people. That's okay.
Yeah. Guns are fine.
Just don't
murder's
show genitalia.
fine, No drugs. No drugs for babies.
Yeah, so this entire section is very unpleasant. So it's a couple of notes
This
that I had on.
episode is graphic.
Yes, it was very graphic. The kid is covered in blood. And the mum's just holding him, very distraught for good reason. And things I noted. Everyone's just standing around doing the, oh dear,
I know.
like
Why is
best thoughts and wishes
Why is
sorts of
nobody calling
American
anything?
thing.
Yeah.
I think it was too late.
But there were sirens. Anyway.
And I put a comment here. I'm surprised nobody pulled their phone out to film it.
I'm surprised like no one else is like
A
having to
car
help.
stops and they get out to come
Yes.
at the end of it.
So-
I
It's
feel
the
like,
end of it.
maybe it's in slow mo, because then the old man comes and helps after he sees
Yeah, so
whatever happened.
there is one thing that happens before that, which is Miriam sees who it was who was driving, and they see her as well.
Yes. Are we going to talk about what leaves the child?
Yeah, we are. So Carl
Nah,
comes over,
Can't be important.
and as he's coming over, he sees just a light or something go up from the child's body and into the sky and dissipate.
Oh, I thought it went to the electrical thingies because it played that humming noise that we've been hearing off and on.
I assume this was the same intersection we had just seen buzzing earlier.
Possibly, yeah. I don't actually know
Although
for sure.
it was in the dark.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
We have seen 6 on a telegraph pole before.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
that
so Carl approaches, sees a light coming from the boy's body, floating up and disappearing. He's the only one to approach her and support her while everyone else just observes. I'm kind of surprised no one pulled their phone out to film it. We see numbers on a power pole and then some more electrical noise. Cut to
It was
Vegas.
number 6 and
So
the various
his
numbers I didn't take
Yeah.
that.
soul or whatever going up made me more convinced that it was Cooper's soul in the red room and not his actual self.
Okay. Okay.
So whose soul was telling Cooper which machines to gamble on and how to draw on his work?
Look, I don't know.
The little
that was
light.
That's lights
Dougie.
as well.
Dougie.
These are good questions.
Oh, was that the same
Yeah.
type of light that came out of the kid's body?
Kind of was. I can't
Was
really
it?
reconcile the two, but not
Ah.
dissimilar.
I like where you guys are going. Yeah. I can neither confirm nor deny any of it.
Clearly.
They're probably completely wrong. A light is just a
They
light.
mean
Sean.
nothing. It's nothing.
It's just
Sean's
a
too burnt on this show. She's not. I can't trust anything.
Yeah.
Nothing's real.
That's fair, Sean. That is completely fair.
Okay.
It's like with the numbers, like if it is supposed to be something working out, I just can't be bothered. Like after
Yeah.
sort of the result of season 1 and the first half of season 2 and what it just ended up being, I'm like, if this is supposed to be a code or something, I just can't be asked.
Yeah. All I know is
I-
we've seen the number 6 before. I don't remember.
Yeah,
any
we've
of the
definitely
other
seen
numbers.
different numbers. Okay, all right. Anyway, so we cut to Vegas and we see Mr. Todd in his office. He uses a cloth to get a large envelope out of his safe, like he doesn't want to touch it or something.
No, he used the cloth to. It appeared like he was trying not to leave fingerprints on the safe and then on the thing, but then he just closes it with his other unclothed hand.
Yeah, because I think that it's only the envelope that he doesn't want to touch. Because this is his
Well,
office.
why
It'd be
didn't he
normal
just
for him
open
to.
it with his hand instead of clumsily?
Maybe it
with
was
the
just
cloth?
in his hand and he just decided. I don't know. Anyway. We next see Dougie's destroyed car getting pulled onto a trailer. They find the plate on top of the house across the street where that drug addict and her son live.
119.
Yep.
He's like,
119.
She's definitely,
found it.
definitely wants someone to call 911.
Yep.
It's like I found it as if they were just putting ladders up against all the roofs, and
Yeah.
he'd been to several
Yeah.
roofs before that, and had just
And it's
found it.
Oh,
at
here
that
it
one.
is.
I'm a bit disappointed when they
Like
were
it's
showing the
really
wreckage that we
small,
didn't
isn't
see like smoking shoes or something like that. That were like.
I'm surprised we didn't see a body part of some sort.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Wow.
Next up we see a little person with an ice pick in front of a mirror rolling die and taking notes of the
I
result
think
each
you'll
time.
find it's called an owl.
All.
That's it.
AWL.
What are you talking about?
It's used to poke
The
holes in
thing
the
he's
Ice
holding.
pick.
That's what I got told it was called.
What's the difference? What's
By
an all
someone.
for?
Don't know.
poking holes.
Woodworking, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
leatherwork.
Carpentry.
That
Modern
definitely
wood
makes more sense than an ice pick. Okay.
Ice pick.
But I'm going to just keep calling it an ice pick
In the middle of where there's no snow.
because that's what I wrote all the time. So someone slides the envelope that we saw Mr. Todd pull out of his safe under the
Same
door.
one. Okay.
Yep. We know because it had the little black thing on it. So
The dot.
I
Yeah.
thought it was blood, but okay. Fine.
I thought it was going to get bigger. 'cause, we're in the supernatural woo woo.
Inside is a photo of the woman who was working with the two guys trying to kill Dougie and a photo of Dougie.
That's where she was from. I could not remember how we knew her.
Remember she was on the phone to
think-
them? I think it was last episode.
Yeah. Now that you've said it, I remember it,
And
but I
she had a
could not,
bruise.
for the life of me, remember.
Yeah, well, you won't need to remember after this episode, so...
No, yeah, well, yeah. I can forget it now.
So he picks up the little person picks up the ice pick and stabs both photos. Okay, so the assumption is, at least for me, he's been hired to kill them.
Yeah, I didn't
Yes.
follow any of that. I was just like, oh well, we'll see what happens. Guess he doesn't.
Oh boy, will we ever.
Yeah. Next, Cooper is arriving at work. He has a coffee and eventually leaves the lift. Next, we see his boss calling him.
He's back in black, which is his uniform.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
pick up on that. Good one, Nelly. Very, very nicely done.
I
Which
just
I
assumed
thought
his wife
was
had dressed
odd,
him again.
but it fitted him, so it couldn't have been Dougie's.
Oh,
Well, don't forget. Oh, no, you're right. Where did he get that from?
Yeah, where did he get it from?
Magic.
Yep.
he murdered the cop last
Oh,
night.
bad continuity.
Cinema magic.
No, I'm sure it's meaningful.
Is it? I don't
You're
know.
right, Nelly. Good
Well,
nose.
it's him becoming his normal self again, I guess.
Okay.
maybe.
And his clothes are magically following.
Yeah.
they just arrived late. That's all.
Yeah.
So he finally gets into his boss's office, and his boss starts going through all of the case files, and he's just exasperated.
Until-
And he has no idea what any of what Cooper's done means, and he's just
Which is
constantly
what we expected from having seen what Cooper had drawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Cooper is fixated on the picture on the wall behind him, which is of a boxer, which happens to be the same guy. That's him.
So I'm just waiting for Cooper to punch him for the whole rest of the episode.
Me too.
My
It's
favorite,
like practicing.
my favorite part is when he's looking at the photo, and then he looks down at his boss, and then he's like, "Wait!" It's as if he figures it out. They're the same person.
I didn't even notice they were the same person. So.
well, the boss has his name on a thing on his desk
Yeah.
that matches the
Ah.
name on the poster. So that's
Yeah.
I guess
fine.
they were probably the same, like they'd done in Firewalk with me, with the guy's newspaper article on the wall about himself, the sheriff. in
Oh yeah,
Firewalk
yeah,
with me.
yeah. How he can bend
Mm.
steel cable. Yeah, yeah. Going through the case files, his boss starts to finally see a pattern and figures it out. He thanks Cooper and asks him to keep whatever Cooper discovered, which is whatever we guess we'll find out. To
I'm
himself.
pretty sure Cooper has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But
I'd-
I think it's got something to do with the other associate that was
The one
having
that he
a look-
accused of lying yesterday.
Yeah, and that was checking him out as he was going into the
Mm.
office,
Mm,
looking
he
a
definitely
bit
seemed curious, didn't
frazzled.
he?
Yeah.
Cut to the park where Janie E is meeting the people Dougie owes money to.
This-
So I loved this scene.
was my favorite part
Me
of
too,
an
yep.
episode in a really long time.
I agree.
They start by like threatening her basically, and she completely flips the table on them, and
She
just
goes
Maybe you
full
guys
on
would
teach
enjoy
your mum on
Good
them.
Girls.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd enjoy Good Girls.
I really, really like this scene so much where she's just like, no, that's not what we're doing here. This is what I'm going to do.
You'll be happy with this because most people would be.
Yeah. She's like, and you'll take the money and this, what kind of world are we coming to? What it's just like she's totally lecturing them and she just storms off and they're just like, yeah, she's tough. They're just sort of like, what just happened?
She had more than enough money to pay them off.
Yeah, that's the thing. She could have.
Dougie's winnings. Like, she had more than enough.
Mm,
She doesn't know how many other people he's borrowed money from.
that's true. Very true.
That is very true.
Yeah, I put a note that they're kind of bewildered about what just happened. Next, at the woman's office who was trying to kill Dougie, she's on the phone and someone screams, and in rushes the little person who violently murders her. I mean, very violently. There's a lot of red.
I mean, violently is kind for how he murders her.
I noted he needs a dentist as we see him smile.
Yes.
Someone else sees him, so he rushes off to kill them too. Afterwards, he notices that his ice pick is bent and says, "Oh no." Which I love.
It was very funny.
Bad time.
That was funny. Come on, when he says, "Oh no," because he bent it. Come on, was that not funny?
He had
Well, you
just
don't
like
wanna be
murdered really aggressively, so I wasn't in a humor stage at this point in the episode. My apologies, Ben.
He's going to have to go and buy another one now. And then, like, people might be looking for people buying ice picks after one or two people are violently murdered with ice picks.
That's very true, very true. Well, hopefully he's got like a collection of them so he doesn't have to immediately go buy a new one.
He also wasn't very
Might have been his
subtle. I'm like,
favorite one.
how has he gotten away with doing this before?
No one suspects the little people. That's my theory. Next, we see the drugged up child killer pulling
It
up.
would make finding them and profiling them so much easier. You can knock out a huge portion of the population.
It does beg the
Only
question.
the Survivor season.
Next, we see the drugged up child killer pulling up as we hear an electrical noise. He notices some blood on the front grill and he's very angry about it. And grabs some water to clean it away. And this is another dumb thing. The spots that he cleans are way cleaner than the other parts of the
Yes.
grill.
Oh my god. It was annoying me so much. I was like, that is the dirtiest truck, and now you've made it even more obvious that you hit somebody.
No, now all the blood is
Behind
gone.
him.
I'm innocent.
I just assumed that was going
Sorry.
to be a thing later. that end up being
Look,
that
How many people could identify his vehicle from the scene, considering how many people were hanging around?
Well, we know
Well,
one
also,
person can definitely identify him.
Yes.
But the speed he was going, there are going to be bits of that kid inside the car, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
yeah.
well as underneath.
Yes.
But definitely inside that grill.
Yes.
Well, that's
Nice
okay.
try, Nick.
Water fixed it. Don't you worry, Sean. Good old bottle of
Not
water.
operating at 100% capacity, I don't think.
Out, damn spot.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, hold on. I've got that, Sean.
sorry, what?
I
Hold
think
on.
we might be talking
Nobody
about
knows.
slightly different things, but
Oh, not that one?
Yes, that one.
Oh.
That is what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was
You
quoting
guys
Shakespeare.
have never
I'm
noticed
sorry you didn't pick up on
This
it.
is my tea towel.
No, I've never noticed. I've blanked it out or something.
I got
To
that
be
from
fair,
the
I've been to your place
Globe.
one time.
Yeah.
So cut to Hawk in the bathroom. He's washing his hands. He pulls something from his pocket, and a coin falls out and it rolls under.
A coin? Was it a nickel?
coin?
Might have been.
was it a dime?
Can you tell us, was it the same coin,
I think-
Katie?
I think it was a nickel, as
Do
someone told me
American
from
coins have
downstairs.
Native Americans on their coins?
Yeah, I would think they tried to whitewash all their currency, don't they?
I
'Cause
don't
it had
know.
a Native
Apparently it was a
American head
nickel,
on it.
okay? I don't know,
Maybe
Nelly.
it was a special coin.
Ask your
Yeah, maybe it
mum,
was one of those
Katie.
anniversary.
Isn't she there?
Not here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's downstairs.
Okay, so so the coin falls out and it rolls under the cubicles. So he goes into the cubicle and picks it up, and that's when he notices, oh, this has a Native American what do they call it?
Manufacturer.
Yeah, so then he turns around and notices the bottom of the door hinge
The top
for
of
the
the door.
cubicle. It was the bottom of the door.
Totally the top
I
of the
think it was the
door.
bottom.
It was the top of the door.
Oh, I thought it
He
was.
gets on a ladder to open it up. It
You're
was the
getting
Yeah,
top.
ahead of
he
yourself.
does.
You're getting
No, I'm
ahead of
talking about the
yourself.
plaque that says
Yeah.
which brand the screws
Yes, that's at the
and the door
bottom
was.
left of the door. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
So this is how he makes the connection to the door.
Yeah, for his heritage.
Yeah, and then
were.
he,
Okay.
and
then
So-
he looks up.
missingly.
He goes from the bottom
This
to the
is what
top. No.
Log Lady said. That
Yeah.
there was something missing to his
Yeah,
heritage.
exactly.
Yeah.
Finally solved
Yeah.
it.
No,
Yep.
that his heritage
missing
would
piece.
lead him to it or something.
Yeah, something like that. But he notices that the top part of the door has been pulled away a little. And he gets a ladder and a torch, and he shines down it, and he must see something, because then he gets a crowbar and starts pulling part of the door apart. And Chad comes in, just being Chad chatting.
I'm not a fan of Chad.
And he's, I'm going to
He's
dob
very
you.
Chad.
I'm going to dob on you, man. And Hawkeyes, you do that.
Hawk tells him to use the ladies.
Yeah. Oh, then Hawk finds some paper in the door. He finds some pieces of paper in the door.
Laura's
Oh,
diary,
yeah.
the missing
Yep.
pages.
That's
In the-
fun.
In the operations room, Sheriff Truman is talking with staff, and his wife comes in berating him about her father's car that still isn't working, apparently.
Bloody
They
He does
leave.
come across as quite unhinged.
A bit,
in
yeah.
need.
They leave, and Chad says, I sure wouldn't take that shit from her. And the dispatch officer explains that they were very different before that their son committed suicide. And then Chad mocks that their dead son couldn't take being a soldier, which I thought, oh,
It's
wow, they
such
really
a-
don't want us to like this guy.
Yeah.
No,
Is
they'll
it-
kill him.
They do not.
Yeah.
What's the German word for having a very punchable face? There is
I-
a specific German word.
No, I don't know.
Let me have. I will Google
I'll ask
it
my
later,
boss. I'm sure it
Jimmy.
won't be deemed a threat.
And that was
I have an update on Native Americans being on coins.
just hold on.
Yeah.
So that was the end of the episode. Okay, go.
I thought your
Oh.
mum was going to just write it in the comments when she watched this episode back.
Dan Sparta's guess.
Because I know she watches every video.
Go on. What was the update?
So she doesn't think they have Native Americans on them, but she does think there was a penny that's really rare that does. So maybe it was a penny.
There we go.
But it was just kind of like.
The end.
So Nelly, what did you say the word was?
Hold on. Stanbares Geschichte.
Never heard of it.
Stanzbares Gesicht. Punchable face.
Never heard of it, but I am
I'm here for
interested
a
that
word.
you have slotted a little
Heard of it?
memory tidbit away for that.
She does work with children.
Oh, okay, yeah. And their parents. Yeah.
Have you seen their face?
Oh gosh, you should have heard one of the. I'm in the office was in the office this afternoon and all day tomorrow. Not looking forward to tomorrow, but one of the other office ladies had a very memorable conversation with a parent this afternoon that we believe was under the influence.
Oh, interesting.
Jeez.
All right. Okay.
And
All
then
right.
she had to hang up on her. Anyway, please.
Yeah,
continue.
let's just finish this off. Because I'll probably have to cut that out of the video because I don't want to implicate you in anything, Nelly.
For all those viewers out there.
Yeah.
Can I
Yep.
ask a question or make a comment about the Laura Diary potential pages?
Mm.
Yep.
Why would they be in the sheriff's department's bathroom?
In the men's
Remember,
toilet.
remember how the one-armed man
Oh yes,
like,
drugged
had a
himself
fit-
in the toilet.
in the toilet?
Yes.
I don't know how he would have had the
Yeah.
diary, but he was in the toilet, and there were drugs.
It makes me think that one of the police officers is bad.
No,
Not
in the
Hawke,
US.
Okay.
So
No.
shocking.
Not these electable people.
I can't actually remember for 100%, but I think that Laura actually put it there in Fire Walk with Me.
In the men's toilet.
Yes.
Oh.
How dare she?
That would have been an interesting thing to see. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
we
to
didn't
just
we
know
didn't
that.
see anything with her.
Yeah.
But you showed us.
Yeah, internet. That there wasn't a lot of new useful things in that other half, and it was pretty unpleasant to watch. So
I don't know.
I spared you it.
Pretty handy.
Yeah, it was quite unpleasant.
Are you googling it?
No, you can if you want.
No.
Anyway,
No, she'll spoil herself. You Google whether or not it was in
hold on.
the
Fine, I'll
episode.
bloody check it now.
Next time you
yeah,
visit
like
Katie,
Twin
you can watch her
Peaks,
rest.
The return. How
No, thanks.
Yeah.
pages get into the toilet door.
I mean, this is a plot point. You were telling us lore before about.
Okay,
Practice.
all
Yeah,
right.
don't read it out loud in case it wasn't in Fire Walk with Me.
Sorry, this is quite long.
The
I
show.
didn't think it would be an easy answer.
So Walk finds 3 folded up pieces of paper hidden inside the door. And this person said the only thing I could think they might be are the pages from Laura Palmer's diary, where she details her dream/vision from Fire Walk with Me.
But that doesn't say that it was Fire Walk with Me. That
It
So
doesn't
she
say
hit
for
the
sure.
wall.
But okay. So that was the end of the episode. I was hoping that you guys would feel like this is definitely a better episode than some of the previous ones up to this point. No? Okay, all right. That's
Not
great.
I'll be
your
honest,
little
no.
boy.
All right.
There was
it got
no.
a
There
bit
was
more
barely
interesting in the second half, but it doesn't have anything to do with what we already know. And also, everything in the first half was so drawn out.
Mhm.
So drawn out.
But to
Sometimes they were
Israel's
just
credit,
staring at things.
there
Have
was
you
no purple room and no red room, so it has to be an improvement on those.
I know we did get a
Bit
little
of the
red.
room.
Well, a tiny bit, but not like 5
I
minutes of it.
like when the red room is there. Controversial.
Someone's a fan of the Red Room.
It just ties it back to the original season.
I agree. I feel
Oh,
like
good,
we've-
good news. You can go back and watch the last episode of season 2, and you can get just about all red room and nothing else.
I'm not going to do that. but
I do feel like we have strayed quite a fair ways from the original Twin Peaks.
Well, have we? That's the question. So I guess you'll find out. There's only 12 more episodes to go. So that's it for this week, guys. Look forward. So which one was this? Was episode 6, right? I think it was. Yeah, episode 6. So episode 7. Can't wait to hear what your thoughts were. Until next time. Bye.
Bye. Wee.